What if you and your family no longer had to worry about money? What if you could choose when you had to work, play, or be with family? What if you could live in abundance, providing not just for your family, but being a blessing for others as well? What if you had total freedom in your life? Financial freedom to control how much money you earn and how you earned it. Time and location freedom to control when and where you work. Personal freedom to live life how you would want it. Financial freedom, time freedom, personal freedom. Wouldn't it be great to have all these in your life? But here's the thing. There's only one way to achieve all these, and it is through business. Ang magnegosyo.
Hi, I'm Bobby Tebarle, founder of the Business Startup Blueprint, where we teach Filipinos how to start their own businesses by giving them a proven, step-by-step blueprint for doing so. Now, this farm that we're on, it's a business. It gives its OFW owner time freedom and personal freedom because it makes money for him even if he's not here. And soon enough, it will give him financial freedom too. Di niya na kailangan maging OFW at makauwi na siya sa Pilipinas to be with his own family. Later on, I'll introduce you to him and how he did it. But for now, I just want to remind you again of what a business can give you. And that is financial freedom, time freedom, and personal freedom. But here's the thing. You know this, your kapitbahay knows this, everyone knows this. It's not easy to start a business. Mahirap magnegosyo. Pero, it's the only way for you to truly achieve these three freedoms in your life. That's why I'm holding this free business startup training series. Over the next few days, I will be sharing with you business training videos for free so that you and the average Filipino can start your own business, even if you have limited business capital, even if you don't have a business background, or even if you don't have a business idea. With that, let's go inside our studio and start the training.
In this first business training video, you're going to learn about the following. The 3 undeniable reasons why you must start a business. Then we're going to break the biggest myth about what it really takes to start a business. And this last lesson will radically change the way you think about starting a business. It's about the one single factor why some aspiring entrepreneurs fail over and over again, while a few succeed and become established entrepreneurs. But first, I'd like to introduce myself and share with you my startup story. And let me tell you in advance, it's not nice. Several years ago, when my friends and I were still working in the corporate world, we decided to start a business together. We considered different business ventures, from franchising to vegetable trading and so on. But after consulting with the Philippine Coconut Authority and a host of other experts in the field, we ultimately decided on the business of exporting coconut sugar. On top of that, sinuwerte pa kami. We were able to raise capital because a billionaire investor saw the potential of our product, how passionate and hardworking we were, and decided to invest in our business. Magkano nakuha namin? 11 million pesos. We had a hardworking and capable team of achievers who studied business in UP Diliman. We had 11 million pesos to start and grow our business. All of us had even resigned from our jobs already so we can work full-time on our business. After all, everyone says that you have to be dedicated to your business and work there full-time. So, siguro naman, we would be on our way to success, right? Wrong. In 2012, we started operations. Naghanap kami ng suppliers from Quezon Province all the way to Jensan. Ang layo, di ba? Konti na lang, para na kaming itbulaga mula Apari hanggang Hulo. Upon careful study, we chose who we believe to be the best supplier of coconut sugar in the country. We upgraded their operations so they can be world-class. We built a warehouse to store our inventory. And we had our product certified organic, kosher, and halal to meet global standards. We hired to fill our sales team. We hired to fill our operations team. We had 2 offices, one in Ortigas and one in Jensan. We regularly flew back and forth from Ortigas to Jensan. Sobrang sipag namin at ang dami pang ininvest. And you would think sa sipag namin at sa daming perang ginastos, siguro naman, we would be on our way to success, right? Hindi pa rin. Despite all of this hard work, dedication, working full-time, and spending so much money, we failed within 2 years and closed the business. And it was devastating. The result? I lost 11 million pesos in investor money. I wasted years. I wasted humongous effort, and I was devastated. But I didn't give up because I knew that the only way to really have financial freedom, time freedom, and personal freedom was to have a business. And if you've ever thought about starting a business, you also know this in your mind, na kung gusto mo ng financial, time, and personal freedom, negosyo lang ang paraan. Now later, I'll continue my story on how I was able to achieve all that. But for now, I want to share with you the 3 big reasons why having a business is a must in today's world. And it was the same reasons why, for me, having a job was not enough. Reason number 1, job security is a lie. In this fast-changing world, your job can disappear anytime. And this isn't just for jobs in small, unstable companies. This also happens in the biggest companies in the world. Look at IBM, Citi, HP, Volkswagen, Shell. At the same time, technology is making more and more jobs obsolete. Technology will replace drivers. Technology will replace BPOs and call centers. Technology will even replace highly paid professionals like doctors. Whether you're a blue-collar employee or a high-ranking professional, history has shown that you can lose your job anytime. Job security does not exist, and it actually never did. The only real security is having a business. The lesson here is, being employed is like having only one customer for your life. Having a business gives you the freedom to have thousands or even millions of customers. Reason number 2, the fixed salary is a trap. Many people like the stability of having a fixed monthly salary. But for me, it never made any sense. Nagtataas ang presyo ng mga bilihin, pero yung sahod, halos hindi naman gumagalaw. Yes, mayroong 5% annual increase, pero ang tuition fee naman, 10% ang increase. Talong-talo ka sa inflation. That's why many people opt to go out of the country to get higher paying jobs. And yes, that may be a solution, but is it sustainable? Our OFWs have it tough, even if yes, their salaries are a bit higher. But living alone, away from family, not seeing the kids? So yes, you get some sort of financial freedom, but at the cost of not seeing your kids grow up. The fixed salary is a trap, whether you're here in the Philippines or abroad. Reason number 3, today is the best time to start a business. In this day and age, there are so many different kinds of businesses available. There's franchises, outsourcing, freelancing, affiliate marketing. But aside from these, did you know that people are also making money from YouTube videos, Instagram sponsorships, even from drawing cats? Now, my last example might be crazy, and it is. But there's no denying that it is now easier and cheaper than ever to start your own business. No longer is starting a business only for the ultra-rich who can afford to put up millions in capital. Imagine, with the internet, you can now talk to anyone in the world, send files, and reach customers and suppliers from all over the world. In the past, all these would have cost a fortune. That's why there is no doubt that today is the best time to start a business because it's easier, faster, and cheaper than ever before. So these are the 3 big reasons why you must start a business. And if this makes sense for you, then congratulations because it means you truly have the desire to be an entrepreneur. Now, let me continue with my story, and this will bring about how I discovered the biggest myth in starting a business. And this realization helped me later on succeed in my later businesses. Having just lost 11 million pesos in investors' money, I was in a very bad place. I felt like a failure. I was starting to think that, what if I start a business again? And it would fail again and again. Would I ever be successful? Thankfully, before I ventured into my next business, some entrepreneur friends and even my contacts in entrepreneurial circles recommended to me a book. And this book changed everything for me. It's called The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. And the biggest lesson I learned from there were 9 words. And I want you to write this down because this will also change your life. Are you ready? Starting a business does not have to be risky. Let me repeat that. Starting a business does not have to be risky. Now, I don't know about you, but when I learned this, it was the total opposite of what I knew. All my life, I knew that business is high risk, high reward. Sa business, talagang kailangan mo mag-risk. Dapat may lakas ka ng loob na sumabak lang. There are even a few quotes saying that failure is a part of business. So be ready to fail. So why was this book saying something different? Is there really a way to start a business with very minimal risks? I investigated further. I read the stories of successful entrepreneurs in the country like Henry C. Though he was known for being a risk taker, I learned that he spent 14 long years learning about his customers and his small shoe business in Quiapo before putting up his very first SM department store. When you think about it, he does not sound like a risk-taking, sabak lang na sabak entrepreneur, right? I also picked the brains of many entrepreneurs who already had successful businesses. And I also studied how my billionaire investor from my cocoa sugar business started his own businesses. Though he was known for being a risk-taker, I learned that he only wants businesses with very high profit margins because this acts as a buffer of safety so that even if assumptions are wrong and his costs are higher than anticipated, his buffer of safety would still give him a profit. When you think about it, he does not sound like a risk-taking, sabak lang na sabak entrepreneur, right? All these confirmed it. Starting a business does not have to be risky. Now, there's one more observation that I learned here. Throughout the several years that I've been in business, I've talked with thousands of entrepreneurs. I've talked to both aspiring entrepreneurs or people who have not started a successful business yet and established entrepreneurs or people who have already succeeded in business. And I've learned that there's only one difference between aspiring entrepreneurs and established entrepreneurs when it comes to risks. Both aspiring entrepreneurs and established entrepreneurs acknowledge that there is risk in business, and both aspiring and established entrepreneurs are afraid of risks. The difference lies in how they react to the risk. Aspiring entrepreneurs take on risk, but established entrepreneurs avoid risk. It's so important that I'll repeat it again. Aspiring entrepreneurs take on risk, but established entrepreneurs avoid risk. This is why business is not risky for established entrepreneurs. With aspiring entrepreneurs, we often hear the expressions na, sabak lang na sabak, laban kung laban, lakasan mo lang loob mo. Ganyan talaga ang buhay, dapat matibay ka. High risk, high reward. Kaya itayo mo na yung business mo, ngayon na. Baka maunahan ka pa. Kung kailangan itaya ang savings mo o umutang, gawin mo na. Fortune favors the brave. But with established entrepreneurs, no. We do not hear those expressions at all. The processes, the steps that established entrepreneurs follow are very different from aspiring entrepreneurs. Established entrepreneurs find ways to avoid risk when starting a business. They do not take on and fight risk. Now, when I learned this back then, I felt a whole range of emotions. First, I was filled with regret and I was saying to myself, sayang, di ko to nalaman before. Then I got angry. Imagine, I went to business school for 4 years. Bakit hindi to tinuro dun? But I also felt relief. Relief that I knew I found a better way. I realized I wasn't a failure. I just did not have the right strategy. So from that point onward, I made it a point to actually avoid risks in starting a business. The exact steps I did, I'll teach to you in a later video. But for now, let me just share with you that by applying the low-risk, high-reward approach to starting a business, I'm very happy to say that with less than 5,000 pesos in capital, I was able to build a business earning 7 figures per year. And even I was surprised with the results. Ganun lang pala kasimple. So I tried this approach again and set up other businesses using the same approach. Instead of taking on risks, I minimized and avoided risks. Just like my first business, that second business was also a success. And it's on its way to earning 7 figures per year as well. Now, having successful businesses already, I started to teach this method to a few people to see if it really works. So, in September 2016, I taught a few people how to start up their own businesses. And the results are truly remarkable, and that's what I'd like to share with you now. So let's go back to the farm you saw earlier in this video. The owner of this farm is just one of the people I helped start a business. I'd like to introduce to you Vero Hines. Vero is an OFW who has been working in Qatar for 21 years now. He wanted to start a business in the Philippines so that he could come home for good. Before I even met him, he had already wanted to have a farm as a business in his hometown in Leyte. So, he invested over 7 million pesos to build this farm, produce various crops, set up irrigation, and all of that work. Unfortunately, nothing paid off. Out of the 7 million pesos, he earned nothing. He lost money. Like myself and many aspiring entrepreneurs, Vero also did not have the right strategy for starting a business. Even though he was hardworking, even though he had the capital, and even though he had a good business idea, he failed. But it's not because he's a failure. Like many aspiring entrepreneurs, he was just following the wrong blueprint. He took on 7 million pesos worth of risk right at the start rather than trying to avoid and minimize risks.
Now, when I met Vero, I taught him the same process I used to start my own businesses. I coached him to avoid risks instead of taking them on. Gave him the right blueprint for success. So what happened? Well, in the beginning, Vero still had a ton of new business ideas, and he again wanted to invest millions into his farm. He still had the mindset of an aspiring entrepreneur. But I advised against it. Instead, I encouraged him to think like an established entrepreneur, to avoid risks instead of taking them on, to determine his business sweet spot first, and to get customers even before his product was ready. And thankfully, that's what he did. What were the results? In just 2 to 3 months, he already had customers and buyers lining up to buy his product even before his produce was ready, even before harvest time.
And today, he's earning 50,000 pesos a month from his produce.
Galing, di ba? That's what a low-risk, high-reward business can do for you. And it's not just Vero. Using the same approach, others were able to put up different businesses, like the franchise of a fruit juice stall, home repair and renovation services, the distribution of health and wellness products, apartment rentals, and many more. And similar to Vero, some of these businesses were put up in just 2 to 3 months. Now I know you're super curious already about what this business blueprint really is. And that's what we'll talk about in the next video.
In the next video, you're going to learn about the business startup blueprint. These are the exact 5 steps I used to start a 7-figure business with less than 5,000 pesos. These are the same 5 steps Vero followed in just 2 to 3 months to have actual buyers of his product before he even produced it in his farm, and to eventually earn 50,000 pesos a month from it. And these are the same 5 steps that many established entrepreneurs followed to build new businesses and to grow their existing ones. Our next video is going to contain so much information, so make sure you watch out for it, huh? For now, I'd just like to summarize everything that you've learned in this free training video to make sure you have the right mindset in starting a business already. Plus, you'll also get a special bonus for watching this video to the very end. So, let's recap everything. Here are the 5 things you should remember from watching this video. Write this down if you can because it's super important. Number 1, business is the only way for you to achieve financial freedom, time freedom, and personal freedom. Number 2, but today, not only is it nice to have a business, in fact, you must have a business because of 3 reasons. First, job security is a lie. Second, the fixed salary is a trap. And third, today is the best time to start a business. Number 3, starting a business does not have to be risky. Number 4, there is a world of difference between aspiring entrepreneurs and established entrepreneurs. And it's all about how they deal with risk. And number 5, aspiring entrepreneurs take on risk. That's why they fail. Established entrepreneurs avoid risks. That's why they succeed. And that's it for our first training video.
Now for your special gift, for completely watching and finishing this video till the very end, I want to share with you a special write-up on some of the Philippines' biggest entrepreneurs and how they also started their businesses using the low-risk, high-reward approach. It's a super short read, but I guarantee you it will radically change the way you think about how to start a business. Because in it, you will see that even the Henry C., Manny Villar, and Tony Tan Cactiong, they started their businesses using the low-risk, high-reward approach, and you will see that they were not big risk takers. Just click on the download link below to read this write-up. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you can share it with friends and family who might also be interested in starting a business. If you have any comments, questions, or realizations, just comment them below and I will try to read each and every one of them. So, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next video. This is Bobby Debarle of the Business Startup Blueprint, your proven, step-by-step blueprint to starting a low-risk, high-reward business.